Let me ask you this: what can incentivize millionaires outside of hoes? Because you tell Zion like we'll give you a chance with some insert random mid porn star here. I'm sure he'll
Now,
enter dunk contest. But how does that? How do we
now
get others to join?
if we want to blame an individual player, that's the player you blame. You blame Zion for not being healthy enough to participate and not being motivated to participate because he's too busy chasing tail.
Welcome to another episode of Shy City Bulletin and me from my car doing an episode because sometimes I just like being in my car, driving down the street, picking up friendly women. Oh, look, JJ3's over there. JJ3, introduce yourself.
That sound like prostitutes. That's what it sound like you picking up. It sound like you picking up prostitutes from the South Side.
I don't even know what that means. What's a prostitute?
I need you to be careful. Tread lightly. Keep your head on the swivel.
Never even heard of such a term. Prostitute. What is that? Are they friendly?
Any sketchy, dangerous neighborhoods.
Anyway, I'm Harry, your current host for today, along with my co-host JJ3, and we are going to discuss everyone's favorite subject, the hottest topic over the weekend, the All-Star Game. Should we start with All-Star Friday, or do you just want to go straight to the game? What do you want to do, JJ3?
Nobody cares about Friday. Nobody cares about the celebrity game. Nobody cares about any nonsense that happened in the celebrity contest. Taco Fall being MVP. He 8 feet tall, playing with a bunch of 5-foot influencers and team owners. Don't nobody care about that.
There was a couple of Bears guys there. Just saying. Caleb and Keenan Sutton.
Yeah, Keenan Allen was in the game. Caleb was in the 3-point shootout and finished in last place. I mean, we know he does his damage. We know Caleb does his damage in the fourth quarter on football games and in the nail salon. So we ain't got to worry about him in the three.
Listen. Caleb did what he did on the field. Nothing for the first 3 quarters. Went crazy in the fourth. If Caleb could just keep that mentality from the beginning, he would have hit every shot. That's all. It's just that killer mentality late in game is all I noticed from Caleb.
Look, my man already retired from shooting shots. He needs to just focus on the football field.
That's why he's a QB and not a point guard, because the form was there, the mentality wasn't, but the form was there. And you know what? It wasn't a bunch of air balls. He did hit rim a lot. He was building houses. Construction costs were low because there were a lot of bricks over there. Low construction cost Caleb.
Yeah, man. Saturday night. I mean, listen, the NBA for a long time, for the last several years, there's been a lot of discussion around the All-Star game, a lot of complaints around the All-Star game, the entire All-Star weekend, and some of it's warranted, right? I mean, I don't feel like you can look at where the state of the NBA All-Star weekend is at right now and not feel as though some of the complaints are valid. There's definitely validity there. And so when you look at chief among them being a dunk contest, what are we doing with the dunk contest? I mean, I remember the dunk contest having some great moments. I remember having some subpar moments, and I remember having some extremely low points. My man went out there in the final of the dunk contest and fell flat on his back and hit his head on the floor. That I've never seen.
I saw that. That was the best. That was the highlight of the dunk contest.
And the bad part is he was going to win. If he would have finished his dunk, he would have won. But you miss your dunk, you fall flat on your back, you embarrass yourself, your family members, your whole house, your brothers, your sisters, your girlfriend, his baby probably left him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey man.
Wait. But before we kill him like Kendrick did Drake, let's first introduce the 4 contestants. All of them are basically bench players except Jackson Hayes, which on a better team he would be a bench player. 4 contestants in the dunk contest. Carter Bryant. I don't even think he's on a team. He's from G League, right? Then Lakers center, kind of a starter, kind of not, Jackson Hayes. He averages like 6 points a game. I might be off. He might average lower. Keyshawn Johnson from the Heat, who never plays. I don't even think he's on the actual active roster. He might be practice team. And Jace Richardson, who I think is actually the son of former dunk contested champion Jason Richardson, who was my favorite from Orlando Magic. He was there, and yeah, he definitely fell on his face, embarrassed the legacy that is Jason Richardson, former, is it 3-time or 2-time? 2-time dunk champion Jason Richardson. But those are the 4 contestants. Now we can continue.
Well, I mean, Kashad Johnson won.
That's a problem. They picked the most backup of backup guys for this dunk contest. I
But
think
that's part of the issue, like you
stars.
said. Stars don't wanna do it anymore, right? Because a lot of them feel like it doesn't benefit them to get in the dunk contest. A lot of them feel like they don't have any dunks that they can do from a creative standpoint, and so they get out there and they just like, "Nah, we just wanna watch." And then it falls to the players that are not stars. Like you said, the guys are, 12th, 13th man on the bench who don't see a lot of playing time. 'Cause for them, they don't have anything to lose. The lesser known players are the ones that are in the dunk contest now because they have nothing to lose. They don't lose any clout. Base fell on his head, but there's not gonna be any real, backlash from him because he's not a star. Like if that would have been if Ja Morant was in the dunk contest and he went out there and fell flat on his back and banged his head on the ground, I mean, we would add that to the things that are being said about Ja. You know what I'm saying?
Do
Hey,
you
he
do you like every
okay.
analyst has done blame LeBron for all of this?
I
That's
mean,
all I heard all weekend. This is LeBron's fault. He started the too cool for school for stars to show up, and now no star wants to show up. But I don't believe that because I remember Dwight Howard. I remember Blake Griffin. Like
I
they're
think
taking
that's
this
low
LeBron
hanging
blame too far.
I think that's low hanging fruit, right? In a lot of
It
ways,
is. It's such low hanging fruit.
but I mean, come on now. The man been in the league 23 years. Like we know he hasn't done a dunk contest. We can't blame every time the dunk contest doesn't live up to the hype on LeBron. Like you said,
We had Levine and Gordon.
in it, Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine put on an amazing show when they were in it. Nobody was complaining about LeBron not being in part of the dunk contest when those guys was going out there and giving us incredibly exciting dunks and performances. You had nothing
Wasn't
to
it?
say about
Man.
LeBron at that point. So it's low hanging fruit to at any point now say, "Oh, LeBron should have did it, and because he didn't do it, now it sucks." Come on now, let's grow up.
Well, then let me ask you this. What would you say fixes the dunk contest? How do we fix the dunk contest?
Well, I think part of how you fix the dunk contest, and we'll touch on this later, is part of how you fix the All Star game. But it is going to come down to the creative star players getting involved and caring about the product and going out there and saying, I'm going to get in the dunk contest and I'm going to put on the show like a Zach Levine, like an Aaron Gordon, like a Vince Carter. I'm going to go out there and wow the crowd. Make it a spectacle again because it's not a spectacle at the moment. And if it is a spectacle, it's one for the wrong reasons because of how poor it is and how poor it looks. You're getting guys like, again, McClung didn't he win it, what, 3 years in a row? He's not in the NBA.
Well, I
Or
mean, he's on the Bulls.
he was not in the NBA. He's on the Bulls now,
He
unfortunately.
wins so he can get on the team, and it's been working.
Thanks,
Every time he wins, the
thanks,
team has to sign him.
thanks for that, AK. Appreciate you.
Don't even get me talking about the Bulls right now.
But I mean, you need the stars to get involved in a dunk contest. It's always been about the All Star weekend. It's always been about the star. It's always been about the stage that you put your better and best players on. Your good, better, best players on. I think the All Star weekend is about to use that expression from the Bears.
So we got a Ben Johnson this All Star Saturday, this dunk contest. We got a good, better, bested up.
The dunk contest, we got to get the good, better, and best players in the league to start caring about it and going out there and performing the way top players.
Let me ask you this: what can incentivize millionaires outside of hoes? Because you tell Zion like we'll give you a chance with some insert random mid porn star here. I'm sure he'll
Now,
enter dunk contest. But how does that? How do we
now
get
we
others
wanna
to join?
if we want to blame an individual player, that's the player you blame. You blame Zion for not being healthy enough to participate and not being motivated to participate because he's too busy chasing tail.
I
That's the
mean,
guy you could blame,
we can make this a Zion Heat session. Maybe we
and
can
I wouldn't
order
be
like
mad.
food. It was just like a rich food, rich fatty foods. Like, hey Zion, you win,
He
you
gonna
get to
pull
eat
up.
all
He gonna
this.
pull up to the podcast and join us.
Because I'm not sure how we change. I mean, even the shooting stars that the Knicks won, Jalen Brunson, Carl Anthony Towns, Allen Houston, by the way, that was decent. Just then the dunk contest
No,
came
that
in,
was
and
deep. I mean, again, I think one of the things you need to do is you need to change the order of the format, right? So until the dunk contest becomes the premier event that it once was, finish the night with your premier event. And I say finish the night, I mean the festivities started in the afternoon because of the Olympics. So NBC,
Which is crazy. A Silver
NBC,
got to chill on that.
I mean, Silver at this point, he acting like a redheaded stepchild with NBC. Like they just treating
When
him.
does NBA get hoed by the Olympics? Stern been through like 100 Olympics and they never once gave up the time
Clearly
slot.
this year, I
The
mean,
Olympics is
Stern
on
is
for 12 hours and NBA has to move out the prime time slot. You've been on all day. Even when they're on at 4, you've still been on all day. Stop it.
Stern is looking up, rolling over in his grave right now, like, man,
Oh, absolutely.
what's happened to this game
Absolutely.
that I used to? What happened to this game that I used to be commissioner of? But yeah, you definitely gotta change the format around. I think you should finish with the 3-point contest because that's the most exciting part of the
Finish
Saturday night.
finish
Yeah,
with the 3-point context? That's
finish with 3.
crazy.
You can't finish with the dunk contest because it's not good enough. You
That
don't have
used
the
to be the
stars.
finish.
You don't have the performance. So I say you finish with the 3-point contest because
Never
more
thought I'd
times
hear
than
that.
not gonna have the stars out. I mean, look, Steph is already talking to Dame like, "Yo, you get in it, Clay will get in it, Booker will get in it." 4 elite shooters right there that have already committed to being in the shootout next year. We have no idea who's gonna be in the dunk contest next year, but what would you rather see? You tell
I'd
me.
rather see these players get NFL style contracts where the money's not guaranteed. But if you want it fully guaranteed, you gotta win the dunk contest. Woohoo! I bet you they'd try harder. That's what I want to see. I need to see incentives to make them compete.
You already said, how do you incentivize millionaires? Like, you're not gonna incentivize them with another check.
Hose,
It's like, hey, listen, that
hose.
might work. That might work for certain guys. Other guys got to get the NDA signed because they can't get caught up like that. But
That's true. Hey, somebody watching this tag yes Jules. She don't do nothing. Tag yes Jules.
I don't know who that is.
All right, never mind.
Appreciate you. But yeah, the players got to care. The players got to step up and be the ones. Adjust the format and the order because, like you mentioned, that skills competition with the Knicks with Allen Houston, Brunson, with Carl Anthony Towns, and then you had was it Corey Maggette? Who's on the other side? It was Corey Maggette and who else for representing the Clippers? Weren't they representing the Clippers?
Oh yeah. There's Team Cameron. That was Team Cameron. I don't know why. But Jalen Johnson, Con Knuppel, and Corey Maggette.
Yeah, but I mean that was entertaining. I mean, I'm not going to say
That
that
was.
that wasn't, that was weak. That was actually entertaining. I didn't have any
It
problems
was.
with that. So you need to go with what is going to flow better. Go with what's going to excite the crowd more. The crowd was more excited for that than they were for the dunk contest. So I think all of those things matter. Now, there's also another sort of unspoken issue with the NBA All-Star Weekend is that it's too corporatized now. So at this point, your fans aren't really who you're catering towards because they can't afford to go to the All-Star Weekend. They can't afford to sit there on Saturday night. They can't afford to
Well,
sit there on Sunday.
tell they broke asses to get their money up. Tell they broke behinds to get their money up. It's cash over here, homie. What are you talking about?
Listen, it's a lot of people you can say get your money up in this economy, but you know, there's a lot that goes on. I need you to control your whole in the podcast.
You're absolutely right. There needs to be
So
some kind of better pricing for this for the All Star because people really don't want to pay $2,000 to see a lot of this stuff. A lot of the seats were empty on Friday. Saturday they were packed, but $2,000 for nosebleeds. You're not even. This isn't even the Super Bowl, and I don't like those prices in the Super Bowl. This is just All Star Weekend. Like first you got to spend 2,000, then you got to spend $2,000 on a hotel. You probably got to spend another 600 on a rental car. And let's say I'm Zion or one of Zion's crew, and now I'm spending another 5,000 on a hose.
so
Then you got to drop.
a lot of
So
money being spent, and the average consumer
man,
can't. So that's
no.
another piece of it. So if you're not gonna be fully entertaining, and you've priced out your regular average spender that would want to go to the event. So that's making it tough again. So there's a lot that needs to go into sort of renovating the All-Star game and the All-Star weekend as a whole. But those are some things that I think if you adjust your format, you got to do that. And the players got to take onus as well. It can't just be all these magic fixes. It can't just be Adam Silver trying to magically snap his fingers and just hope things somehow change. The players got to take some accountability. and step up and step into the space. I mean, again, this is
What
people
what
talk
what
about
they
the NBA like it's trash now because it's not the game that they used to watch. And that relates to not just the regular season, but the playoffs and the All-Star weekend. They say a lot of these things like it's not what it used to be. It's not what I grew up watching, all that type of stuff.
Here's a radical idea I think that can work. And when you get these kids, get them in college or get them the day they get drafted, and have them sign some kind of clause like, hey, because you're just not gonna make them go crazy off when they're on their second deal. But if you can catch these rookies on a rookie deal, like during the rookie deal, like, hey, you jump out the gym, you're a second round pick, you're a lottery pick, sure, but you don't know if you're gonna get a second contract. Sign up for the All Star for next year. If we start recruiting early versus 3 weeks before, versus, because I swear we do it 3 weeks before, who can we find to enter the All-Star? If we start doing it super early, I think that's a easier way to kind of get some competition in the All-Star, regardless of if they become a star or not. We sign them up early, a year early, 2 years early when they're getting drafted. Get a committed yes or no, and while they're still on their rookie deal, especially those guys that don't know if they're going to last in the league, or those guys are like, you know what, I've been killing. This is a chance to showcase myself. If we can work with third-party companies to add more sponsorships, like, hey, you want more sponsorships? Well, if you enter the if you enter the dunk contest, not even win, just enter the dunk contest and you commit to it, we'll get you more sponsorships with our internal NBA sponsors outside of your regular contract. So it's like, dang, if I do the dunk contest, I can get more sponsorships, something like that. But you got to do it with people on their first year deals. You can't do it with the dudes making 250 million. By then it's too late. It's way too late. So you just got to incentivize the kids early and get them to do it. It'll probably be year 1 through 3 kids. It just won't be year 4. It won't be year 5 and up players that jump in the All-Star contest like in the past. I still don't know how Dwight Howard said, "Okay, I'm gonna do the dunk contest, 100 million in," but good for him. But we're just not there anymore. Just get these kids early, incentivize them. We'll get who sponsors NBA All-State. We'll get All-State to put you in a commercial. We'll get them to sponsor you if you join the All-Star, and with the money they're making, they'll all say yes.
Why would they
That's
all
the
say
only
that?
plan I can think of.
Because
Because you guys want more money, and your new contract hasn't came in yet. So with your
you're
new
getting
contract
NIL
not
money.
in,
You're getting NIL money though.
that's true too. But NIL money and the first 4 year rookie deal money, I think they're still in that stage where they could always use more. It's not until you get to 250 mil, you're like, I just want to preserve my body and make sure I get this 250 mil. I think that the rookie contract plus the NIL, they could always use more. And basketball NIL is still lower than football NIL. So it's not like they've been getting that much in college basketball NIL outside of maybe like the number one pick.
But that still doesn't draw interest from the average fan. Because is the average fan going to care about that rookie and the endorsements that they're making? Is that going to pull them in from a
Well, you
commercial?
gotta remember, NBA All Star dunk contest has always been catching stars in their earlier rookie deal. Remember, Kobe and Ray Allen was like what 98 dunk contest. Vince Carter was drafted what 2000. He was 2001 dunk contest. We usually catch these players on their rookie deals. We usually don't get them after that rookie deal much.
But
No,
Vince
Vince
was
was 98,
2000.
98, 2001.
Vince was already booming at the rim though. Like Vince was
True,
already
true,
putting
but
on the sporting games, which is why people wanted to see him.
True, but I'm just giving a perspective of, hey, dunk contest has always been guys on their rookie or lucky deals. We
That's
usually never
also
catch the
always been the
guys
guys that
in
are
their prime.
always been guys that
When,
are
when,
stars or on the track team.
when's the last time we caught guys in their prime or
The last time
on
we
their
caught guys in
second
that
deal?
prime.
Dwight, that's about it. That's the last one we caught on the second deal. Zach LaVine, he was still on Minnesota. He was still on his rookie deal. I don't know if Aaron Gordon was, but I'm pretty sure he was because he's on Orlando. Yeah, we usually
It's
catch guys on their first deal, so you can get the guys on the first deal. We just have to do it better. The dunk contest with LeBron talk ended at the first 50, 40 mil a year. I'm shocked it even started up again on the Heat, because by the Heat, you're not hell, you're not getting LeBron to enter a dunk contest on the Heat. You might have got him to enter first time in Cleveland, where he did say he was entering and didn't. But a lot of the dunk champions, Jason Richardson, he was another one on his first deal. You got to catch them on their first deal where the money is not crazy, crazy, and they're like, you know what? I'm younger. I'm okay with doing it. Now, only difference between now and then, I think then they did it off the love of the game. Now you just
hey,
have to
that's what I'm saying.
incentivize them more. And I think you incentivize them more with more money. You obviously can't just give them money because you're not a team, but you can say, hey, if you join this dunk contest, we will have insert sponsor here that wasn't sponsoring you sponsor you for whatever amount, and then you work it through with them. For the mid-level guys, it's great because they don't get the sponsorship the stars do. For the stars on the team on a younger deal, some could use more sponsorships, some can't. Ant Edwards, his rookie deal probably wouldn't have done it, but Con Knipple right now, who's surprising everybody and is arguably rookie of the year, even though a lot would say flag, but I really like Con Knipple as my rookie of the year. I could see him doing it because I don't think he was getting that many sponsorships coming in like a Cooper Flag was. But if you can get someone like him, I think that'll send waves, and that's one of those names that you see a bunch of future all stars for, and like a Kobe, you're gonna look back and say, hey, Kobe did enter that dunk contest with Ray Allen in like '98, and they were drafted in '96. So I think you just got to get the first year guys and figure out a way to incentivize them because the dunk contest is always or first contract. The dunk contest has predominantly been first contract guys. You're just not gonna get them after the first contract is up.
That's valid. But if they don't love the game and they don't have the passion for it, and if they're not committed to putting on a show, and first of all, before you even get to that point, they have to get the attention of audiences right away. Like again, Kobe had the attention right away. Vince had the attention right away. Dwight Howard, Blake Griffin, all of these names that you mentioned before, they had the
You must
attention.
not you must not remember the '98 dunk contest. That shit was boring.
I'm
That
not saying it wasn't boring. I'm not saying it was, but my point is that a lot of the names that you said already had the attention of the average fan. The average fan already wanted to see Vince. They already wanted to see Kobe. And we going way far back if we start mentioning those guys, because now we talking over 20 years ago that happened. But again, the average fan wanted to see Zach LaVine. They wanted to see Aaron Gordon because they were
I
putting
would
on
disagree.
shows during the game.
I think we're selling revisionist history. The average fan did not expect Nate Robinson to go crazy like that. I don't think the average fan thought Zach LaVine or especially Aaron Gordon, because
I
he's
didn't
bigger.
mention
I don't
Nate
think the
Robinson.
average fan thought Aaron Gordon was going to go as crazy as he did. Like Dwight Howard won 3 slam dunk contests, but he's under the same guidance. I think the
Nobody
dunk
expected them to
contest.
go as crazy as they did, but you watched them in games and you saw them explode into the basket and putting on exciting dunks in the middle of games. And once you saw that during games, you wanted to see that during the dunk contest. So even if you incentivize rookie and second year players coming into the league, the audience still needs to gravitate towards them to even care about them being in the dunk contest at all.
I disagree. I disagree. There's plenty of winners where I don't think there's any The only one I remember there being like real anticipation was just two: Jason Richardson, Vince Carter. I don't remember anyone hyped about Desmond Mason if he could do any tricks. And even though he won a dunk contest, no one was like, "Man, I can't wait to see Desmond Mason." I don't remember anyone hyped about Nate Robinson. I definitely don't remember anyone hyped about even though he should have been a clear, hey, he's gonna kill. I don't remember anyone hyped about Blake Griffin like that. They saw him catch lobs, and then everyone's like,
No,
yeah, but he's like 6'10". You don't really see many
it was
6'10" guys
hype
do
because
anything crazy.
it was hype.
I think they come in and then they surprise you. That's what the dunk contest has always been. You're right. Sometimes you get other people where you're like, I've been waiting to see him in the dunk contest. But outside of that, I think most of the guys always surprise you. The same pre-dunk contest feeling I got from this was the same one I got from the Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine dunk contest, and they had to
Ain't no way.
surprise me where I was like, oh, because
Ain't no
because I
way.
don't think anyone saw because Zach LaVine in game does regular like LeBron like dunks. He doesn't like do a 360. He doesn't between the legs. But leading up to the dunk contest that year, he did a couple, and everyone's like, all right, he might put on a show. Aaron Gordon was just dunking regular like LeBron. So people really didn't expect Aaron Gordon to like keep up. Everybody's like, oh, Aaron Gordon is.
Dunking
But
is
ever since the
powerful.
gun time that ever since the dunk contest, he hasn't done dunks like that again. So I think we're overrating their pre-dunk contest hype per se. I just think you got to get younger guys that just, hey, are you going to put on a show? Maybe NBA should start getting a checklist. Are you going to do any type of tricks that you haven't before? The guys they pulled now, it just feels like they got them 3 days before the dunk contest, and they're like, you know what? I got nothing to do. Yeah, yeah, just let me
Feels
in.
like they don't practice their dunks enough. That's part of what it feels like to me.
Absolutely.
It feels like they don't practice their dunks of what they're gonna do well enough beforehand, and they don't come out with a concrete plan of
Now I'm shocked
how they're
about
going down.
Jason Richardson's son knowing his dad's legacy to look like he doesn't practice. I'm not shocked about the other three. Jason Richardson's son shocked me. I was like, really? He coming out like you Jay Richardson, like you saw your daddy on the court win, and he coming out like this. So I think outside that's why I had Jace Richardson as my favorite because of the dunk contest history lineage. But outside of that, I didn't expect anything from the other three. And honestly, if I didn't know he was Jason Richardson's son, I probably would have looked at him just like the other three because you just never know what to expect outside of certain years. Like I honestly thought he was gonna do tricks like his daddy or maybe a Vince Carter. It's like what if Vince Carter's son joined the dunk contest? You'd have high expectations of him. The rest are like maybe I've seen them dunk in games, but they don't do standard dunks in games because they're not stars. They do a 360 dunk in a game, they might get benched like Kuminga. So they can only do a regular dunk because anything else, all right, you got to go to the bench. We're up 20 and you out here doing 360 dunks, bench time. That's probably what happened to Kuminga, honestly. But it's like stuff like that. That's why you don't see many role players do any crazy dunks in game, which is why I'm not like going crazy over stuff we didn't see them do in game because that's just not what they do in game unless you're the star of the team like Vince Carter was early on.
So I think that's a valid argument that you made. I'm not trying to totally dismiss it, even though I still slightly disagree. But I do still think you got to change the order of operations and you got to put the 3-point shootout last, especially if we look towards next year and you got Steph, Clay, Devin Booker, and Damian Lillard in the 3-point shootout. I don't really care who's going to be in the dunk contest next year. That needs to close the show. That needs to close your Saturday night main event right there because you're going to expect, like you're expecting just those four alone, you're expecting the scores to be, 30, 35, 37. Like you're expecting them to make, 15 threes in a row, each one of them. Like that's going to get the crowd and the energy really, really going. That's kind of what you want to see in terms of your Saturday night main event for next year. So do you agree with me on that? Or you still think dunk contest gotta be the finale no matter what?
I'm not with you yet. I'm still finale no matter what because I'm not a fan of change. And you think David Stern's rolling in his grave if the game started at 4 p.m. The game started at 4 p.m. and 3-point shoot contest is closed. Oh my goodness. David Stern's
So
face is at the bottom of the casket, touching it because he is turned over in his grave right now. Like
so
what is happening?
you're looking up from down below, just hot and pissed off right now.
Him and Charlie Kirk are staring up at us, going, "What is happening
What
to
has
our
happened
to our to our All Star game
going on to the NBA that I used to know?
to that you used to know?"
I mean, they should be happy that there's more white guys involved. So, maybe they feel a little better about that.
Absolutely, go Con Canupo and Cooper Flag. You know what Cooper Flag keeps playing like this. I might become a flag it.
It's a DEI league at this point, straight up and down. Like that's what we got
It's a
now.
G League.
We got a DEI NBA at this point.
Absolutely. But take that, All Lives Matter. Go ahead and protest against
Tran-
all the white players, even though you don't show
Transition
up
to
unless Black
Sunday.
Lives Matter show up.
So tell me what you thought about the Sunday format, where you got the world, you got the young, upcoming American-born NBA players versus the grizzled old head NBA players, all on three separate teams, basically playing, king of the court out.
Well, just like going out with the fat girl, at first I was against it, but then I got to see it in action, and I was like, you know what? Hey, this is lit. This is pretty good. There's different games we could start with. I'm not sure which game is which, but the
So
game
very
that
first game, the
that's the one Darren Fox hit a three, right? To end it. Because I know the last game was Kawhi Leonard going crazy. Shout out to Kawhi. Like I'm not gonna let y'all win in my home stadium. But the first game where I believe it was Stars and Stripes versus USA, correct? The formats
so
are restricted because it's so new.
the first game was the world team with Wemby. Then that was against, I believe, is that the Stars team with Anthony Edwards and his team. That was the first game. That ended in a walk-off three, if you will. And then the old heads came out in the second game. And then it was the old heads versus Ant.
Because there's 4 games total.
It was 4 games total.
Okay. Stars and
So
Stripes, World versus Stripes, Stars versus Stripes again for a second time, and then the World versus Stars.
so the world team didn't get past they didn't get past game three. They didn't win a game.
And right, because
So
the first game was World versus Stars.
right. And the world lost, which is I almost want to say I don't want to say it's unfortunate that they lost because what I want to say is I give credit to Wimby for really being a tone setter. Even Anthony Edwards admitted, like
He was.
Wemby set the tone, and this is what's the most important thing with the All-Star game. It doesn't matter how much money you put up. It doesn't matter how often you change the format. It doesn't matter, what Adam Silver tries to come up with out of his trick bag of, just scams he wants to run to try to make people care about the All-Star game. It's about what the players want to do. It's
No,
about the
and yeah,
players
no,
taking onus on themselves and being the ones that are going to go out and really play hard and put on a show and make it an event. It's always been an event. You need the players to care enough to make it an event again.
yeah, Wemby and Cat. Wemby had 14 to Cat's 10, but
Yeah,
but
so Wemby set the
Ant
tone,
carried the Stars team.
even though they lost, and Ant set the tone for his team in response, and he was balling out, and he was going crazy.
Thank God for Jamal Murray sucking on the world team. He went like over 50. He really helped Stars catch up and win. I didn't expect that from Murray.
I mean, honestly, he kind of does that in real games too, but that's
Hey,
not anything
hey,
more than
hey,
where
hey,
am I
yo,
telling lies
chill.
at? Where am I telling lies at?
Chill. That man is a monster, sir. Chill.
Sure, sometimes. It just depends on the day of the week. Sometimes he's a monster. Depends on the game. Sometimes he's cold, and other nights he's just, out there getting cardio in. But the games were competitive, right? So once the Stars got the world team up out of there, then the old heads came out,
The
and
start of
then
the second game, Stars versus Stripes, where Ant
and they
had that iconic interview that they're gonna put belt to the old
and
heads, and Ant put
and it
belt to the
looked
old
like that was
heads.
going to happen for a minute. So in the second game, the old heads came out there. They was getting it cracking. They were playing. It was a lot of back and forth. You could see it was competitive. You could see guys were really trying to go out there and try hard and go at one another.
Jalen Brown brought it. Jalen Brown and KD.
Yeah. So, those guys played well. And LeBron played well too. I mean, just, you can't, act like LeBron didn't play well also during that
He did.
during that
He
stretch.
did. He had 8 points. He did.
So everybody played well, everybody chipped in, everybody did their thing. And I think that's important. So then
And the old heads won 42-40,
the old heads
game
got
winner.
them up out of there and they won the second game. What do you
Then the third game,
what do you think about the scoring format? Because you got to win by a certain number, right? So I believe
you got to
in the
win by
first
two, I
game,
think.
so it's the margin of victory is important based on the outcome of each game. So did you think that was a plus or a minus, or it didn't matter to you?
I was against everything until we got to the actual games, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. So
So you
because it was
really
so
had
competitive,
to see it in that.
yeah, this format was just one of them things where I had to see in action. And once I saw it, and once we had the game winners, once we had the shit talking, the charismatic interviews, I was like, okay, I get it. Because not like these points really count for much anyway. So I to get
No,
it.
that's definitely true. And yeah, I think that second game is when De'Aaron Fox hit the three to walk it off and get them out of there. And then the world team came back out there
Yep, for the
then
game three,
for game three, and
where
that's when
where
Kawhi went bananas.
absolutely crazy. He had to remind everybody like, hey, I was top five once. I was like,
Great
were
year.
you? Well, I guess you were. I guess you were.
Kawhi had what 31 points in the quarter, like in 12 minutes. He had, like I was just watching, like, damn, what year is it? Like, what's and Kawhi is having a
Well,
good year.
I know his knees hurt after. I know them knees was on fire when he got home.
No, for sure. I mean, Kawhi is having a good year this year, so
He
it's not
is.
like he's playing poorly. He's playing some great basketball this year.
Ironically, only four people on the team scored. It was Kawhi, KD, Jalen Brunson, and LeBron had two. That's it. Like I was shocked that, but I mean, everybody contributed in their own way, but only four people actually scored, which is so crazy.
It is crazy, and partially because Kawhi was just in the zone,
On
and they just
fire.
kept giving him the ball, and he just kept doing his thing. I mean, when
Yeah, he went absolutely nuts.
he just started crossing and dribbling all over the place, and Kawhi don't even do that. So you could tell he was caught up and excited about the moment. He was really, feeling himself. And so he hit one three, then another three, then another three, then a step back fadeaway on the baseline. And I'm sitting like, damn, Kawhi really just snapped off for 11 points. And then 11 became, 15, then 15 became
Facts.
17. And I'm like, he just still scores. Like, damn, where does Kawhi come from all of a sudden? And
But
so that was
you I'm sorry,
that
you
was a
saying?
great game. No, I was gonna say that was a great game. That was just a great contest to watch, and it was really enjoyable to see. And you could tell that brought a lot of fan energy into the building, and I think everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, they did. But then you fast forward to the next game. where it's the old heads versus the youngins, who once again said, "Okay, we're gonna put belt to ass now because that's enough,"
Belt
and
ass.
they put belt to ass in that championship. Kawhi, even though he went crazy just like 30 minutes earlier, only had 1 point in that BTA game. BTA.
You could tell by that point they was exhausted,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
so you could tell everybody at 30 and 35 and older was just like, hey man, you know, I'm where the Gatorade at? I need to ice my knees, like my shoulder hurt, my
All
ankles
that.
are sore.
The
Like
Unks weren't having it. The
I'm
Unks weren't having
ready
it.
to lay down.
They didn't
Like
even play. The Unks didn't even play Brandon Ingram that final game. Like he ain't getting no. I know he's annoyed. He ain't getting no tick. Glorilla must have
like
been
I
pissed.
was I was really wondering, I'm like, man, don't they got Donovan Mitchell on their team? Like, can we get a sub? Like, can somebody else get in the game? Because these dudes is clearly exhausted. Like, why are they still playing?
No
And then
clue.
once they was down by like 20, then they all tapped out and and sat down on the bench. Damn,
Unks, like some Unks.
like you waited to get blown out to then go sit down. Come
They
on,
they
man.
like they were like me at Lifetime Fitness. I can't keep up. Y'all running us out the gym. I can't keep doing this.
Random old mugs right up on out of there. So, do you think that there's a solution to that part of the format going forward, though? Because if you come out and you playing back to back to back, are you really going to have a chance in that final
I
game?
think that format is the solution. If you want to if you want to minute manage, that's a coaching issue, not a format issue. That's a coach that put the starters in too long, maybe because they're legends. He let the stars stay in, but everybody should have got a good about even amount of tick because you only have about 8 players. Why are you putting in guys that stay the entire time, no breaks? That format tiredness was a more coaching issue than a format issue. So I don't blame the format for why LeBron's tired or why Kawhi was tired. Like you could have put in Brandon Ingram. You did not have to leave Kawhi in for 12 minutes. Ingram was right there, just at the bench, staring at the ceiling. Yeah, that
Man,
that 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 entire thing. You said what?
Brandon Ingram was an all star. I didn't realize.
As he should have been. Him or Michael Porter.
I didn't
But you know
realize.
what? Brandon Ingram has Glorilla, and they're like, you know what? We want Glorilla to come in the stadium and see how we play. So Brandon Ingram and Glorilla was just taking selfies on the bench while the coach was just not subbing the way he should have been subbing. That's what that was. But overall, Anthony Edwards did get All Star Game MVP, which definitely pissed off Wemby because he went crazy too. But Anthony wanted it. He was going through KD. Pause. He was going through KD. He was going through LeBron. He was going through Leonard, who has defense. And it was like, yo, I have arrived. It almost, not that it quite felt that way, but it almost felt like you remember the old Dream Team videos when Larry Bird and Magic were talking about MJ? He's God in sneakers, like he's arrived. This almost felt like Ant has officially arrived.
I mean, Ant's already proven that he's arrived at this point in the
True,
playoff.
but as a MVP candidate type already arrived. Like, all right, the rest of y'all can sit. I have officially arrived as the future MVP candidate type vibe. Like, because Jordan already arrived by the 80. Like, everyone knew what Jordan could do, but it got the feel of okay, he's gonna dominate and take over type feel, and it almost felt like that. And sometimes you get that in some of these All Stars. Sometimes you don't. I got a feeling like that watching Anthony Edwards play this All Star.
I don't know if I agree with that because I feel like he's already shown it. He's already proven it, regardless of the All Star MVP or not. But what I will say is he played this game to win. He played this game to perform and put on a show, despite his words of not really wanting to be the face of the league. So that to me is the only real problem with Ant is that
You see, but he changed that up the post game interview. He says he's open to being the face of the league with Wemby. He's like, yeah,
right,
but he
but
doesn't feel like he's earned it yet. Like I do feel like he has earned it.
he's 100% earned it, but he has to not proclaim it. You just got to go out and do it. But when the microphone is in your face, don't shy away from it either, because his play doesn't shy
Facts.
away from it. Everything about his play, he never shies away from. He always steps up in the moment. He's not afraid to take big shots, regardless of the stage. He's not afraid to go out there and put belt to ass, whether it's against KD, LeBron, Luca, Jokic, whoever it is.
Especially KD. He loves trying to put
He
PTA to
definitely
KD.
love putting numbers on the board against KD. Like that's his favorite player, and whenever he get a chance to light up whatever team KD is on, he gonna take it. He gonna do the same thing to LeBron too. But it is interesting to me how his competitive level, his performance, everything shows that he's ready to step foot on that stage and take that mantle and run with it until you put a microphone in his face and actually ask him the question about what do you think about being the face of the NBA. Then he's all shy with it, like, no, 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 I don't want to be that. Don't call me the face. And so I think that sort of highlights part of the issue with him and part of the issue with some of these other players in the league today is the stage is open. Like
Facts.
the lane to being numero uno in this league is there for you right now. Like
The
it's
old heads are retiring. They're all like 40.
it's not
Like
their
this is the
league anymore.
time.
It's not LeBron, KD, Steph's. It's not their league anymore. Like it's they not gonna be around much longer. It's
Who just
y'all
won the
league.
title?
Say
Thunder?
what?
I said Thunder just won the title.
Yeah,
Like it's
Thunder
it's
won it
it's
last year,
it's it's the
and
next generation's league. They just
it's
got to
upward.
make sure Shy doesn't keep winning.
Listen,
Hell,
he
Giannis might count as an old head at this point.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not their league anymore. None of these dudes. Like Giannis is in his 30s. Like it's not his league anymore. Joel Embiid is never his league. Like a lot of these dudes, it's not their league anymore. It's Ant, it's Wemby,
Shout out
Shea,
to 76ers for life crew. It's
it's
never been Embiid's league.
76. Hell, shout out to y'all. But Kay Cunningham, like it's those guys' league now. They have to be the ones to take it forward and take it to where it needs to be. Like the torch is getting passed right now. One of y'all got to pick it up. You can't just let it fall on the
Facts.
ground. So that's what I'm saying. Like whether it's the All-Star game, whether it's the dunk contest, the players have to take that personal responsibility to
They got to
pick
put
it up and run across the finish line with it. It's your league. You got to be the ones to do it, or your league is going to die out eventually.
no agreed. They got to put DTA.
You got to. And again, I'm not saying the NBA is going to phase out of existence tomorrow. That's not going to happen. They make too much money. But if you want these events to be major events that continue to stay in the consciousness of your consumer, when you get this stage, you got to step up and you got to make it happen. You got to make it a good look. And even though it was competitive this year, what you don't want to have happen is in another 2 years, we're sitting here saying, yeah, well, the All-Star game was whack again because they didn't care. Guys didn't go out there and play hard or try hard or give any sort of effort again. Like, that's not what you want to see. You don't want to be asking that same question every other year because you want these players to go out and want to be the best every year against each other. These dudes, when you are like, how many All-Star MVPs does LeBron have? Does Kobe have? Does Michael have?
Too many. Way too many.
That's what I'm saying, because they went out there every single time and they wanted to show that they are the best. So that's what you got to do. Every time there's an All-Star game, you got to go out and show that you're the best. And you got to be the one that raises up the level of play everybody else out there on that court to make sure that you're putting on the show. Ant put on the show in the game to make sure he put belt to ass and he made it happen. Next year, you got to do the same thing. The year after that, you got to do the same thing. Every year, your purpose should be put on the show, be the best ones out there on the court, regardless of what the format is. They could go back to East West again next year if they want to. But are you going to have the competitive drive during the game to go out there and snap on whoever else is out there on the court? Like that's what you need to do. Again, I'm not saying you got to treat it like it's game 7, but have your fun in the first half, but then when the second half roll around, you got to make it a legitimate contest. Like we trying to win this thing for the bragging rights alone, for the MVP alone. Like I'm trying to show y'all that I'm the best one out here. Cade, you think you better than me? You not. Like Shay, you think you better than me? You not.
You
Like
not.
I'm like that's what it need to be. And they need to be looking at him saying the same thing. Like, nah, and I'm better than you. I beat you in the playoffs. Remember that? That's how you raise the game up every single time. And they don't
I wish
always do.
they'd do that for the dunk contest. Again, these guys are too rich. They are absolutely too rich.
That's why I keep saying it needs to be a level of personal pride. It's not going to be external factors all the time. You can add external factors and that will help at times, but ultimately it's going to be within the players themselves to make that determination of how hard they want to play. But that's to me the most important thing. That's what has to happen. First and foremost, you always have to have your players willing to do the best that they can and give the most amount of effort that they can. If your players are committed to making it great, then it'll be great. If they're not committed to making it great, is going to continue to suffer and become something that nobody wants to really watch year after year.
I agree. Yeah, they got to stay competitive. That's the only way. No, great insight, JJ3. Fantastic insight. You hit the nail on the head. The accountability, the drive, they need to have it. Wemby and Ant set the tone The
Facts.
old heads, clock set the tone. You got to have tone setters, and I am glad we had tone setters this All Star. And honestly, with tone setters, the format doesn't matter, but for some odd reason, tone setters were here and the format mattered. Maybe because Harden was gone. Who knows? Whatever it is, the I need to get this win. I'm tired of you old heads. Mentality is back, and hopefully we see that next year. We know the 3-point competition is going to be competitive next year. Hopefully we get the dunk contest competitive, just as competitive next year. Shooting stars is always its own thing, separately no one cares about, but it's never been not competitive. All Star Friday gonna be All Star Friday. And you know what? We probably gonna be recording live from NBA All Star Weekend because it's all a write off anyway.
Run it up.
And
So it's gonna be in
yeah, we
Phoenix.
just yeah, get that company credit card, get the limits up, pay, so we can write off All Star Weekend regardless, because that's probably what most of the crowd was. Sports companies having an event they can write off because we gonna be recording from there and it's a sports event.
That's really what it is in the crowd. You got influencers and social media personalities and corporate sponsors and corporate attendees. That's what's in the crowd now.
Absolutely.
It's not as many regular fans because again, like I mentioned earlier, they getting priced out. They can't afford those tickets. Even in
Facts.
the nosebleed section, they can't afford those seats. It's too much. But yeah,
And you know how many IG thoughts we can pull
we need to be
with
there.
those.
We need to be there next year, recording live from the scene in Phoenix, Arizona.
I'm working on it. I'm already emailing the NBA press folks. They're like, yeah,
At
you can
all
get
the
in the
parties,
queue.
at all the parties, with all the
Parties will be a little bit harder, but I'll work on those. I can work on getting us in LA. The parties a little bit trickier, but I'll figure it out.
in Phoenix. It's in Phoenix next year. It's not in LA.
Oh, sorry, Phoenix. I'm thinking of Super Bowl. Yeah. No, I can get us in the stadium. After parties are a little bit different. Let's see what Devin Booker's doing at his crib. I'm gonna start emailing Devin Booker now every day until he opens it up. Like, hey, you throwing a party next year? I'll start. You throwing a party next year? I'll figure it out. I'll find it.
Take care of business so we can be in the building and represent the right way. Live microphone. But yeah,
All
man,
right.
that's where everything stands. If the players care, the fans will care, and you'll have a great product going forward. But,
Facts.
look, I need SGA to hurry back and get on the court and start hooping again because OKC might be in some problems otherwise.
They are a well-oiled machine. They can take out all their stars and still beat the Bulls by like 20. They are a very well-oiled machine right now.
Look, me, you, and Megan Thee Stallion can beat the Bulls.
Also possible.
So
But from what I hear, Megan kind of likes and doesn't like shooters. Double-edged pun, but whatever.
I'm not gonna touch that. I'm not gonna touch that. On that note, it's been one.
All right.
Shout
Thanks
out
for
to
watching,
we love Megan Thee
y'all.
Stallion over here on this side of the camera. We love Megan Thee Stallion on this side of the camera.
We all love. Have you seen that WAP video? I love Megan.
Love and
I just know
appreciate
she has.
Megan Thee Stallion.
I just know she has problems with
Hey,
shooters. Is
nope,
all I was saying.
nope. Shout out to
For
Clay. Shout out
for
to
our
Clay
on
Thompson,
court.
Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? You know, respect. Know what he talking about over there. We love Megan Thee Stallion.
Shout out to Clay. Don't free Tory.
Hey,
Don't free that
look,
nigga.
Clay, I need you to keep your hands up at all times, bro, because you're gonna get tested out here in these streets. I need you to be ready.
You will.
I need
And
you
don't let
to
me
be locked in.
catch her at that party
Don't be
in Phoenix next year, Clay.
don't be slipping, Clay. Stay on your guard, bro. Be ready at all times.
I catch her in Phoenix next year. I'm shooting my shot. Got another shooting pun. I catch her next year in Phoenix, Clay. Watch out. I'm
Nowhere,
coming.
bro. Damn.
My bad. All right. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Peace. We out.
Peace out. See y'all next time.
Thanks for listening to this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel. Don't matter if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watch it on Twitch or YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And to all the guys from Chicago, we say three things. Bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.